From what I understand, tell me if I'm wrong. Anytime you cook food, it loses its electricity.
That
Makes it,
that's
yeah.
the biggest lie that has ever been told. That has never been true. Raw food is better than cooked food. Food, you could never destroy food. You could take food raw, you could take food cooked, you could take food and grind it to carbon and drink it and it's still electrical. If it's food, you cannot destroy energy. Food is energy. Could you destroy energy? No. It changes state, but not destroy it. How could you destroy energy? But the stuff that they call food is garbage. They're eating starch, raw starch. I remember when I went to New York, there are many raw people in New York. They eat raw starch, but they all are anemic. I know them even, most of them are dead now, my age, that I remember that was on a raw food kick. John Harris was one and many others. They've been dead. Why? They were eating raw starch. You could eat food in any way, in any state. Food cannot be destroyed because food is what? It is energy, it's electrical. You cannot destroy electricity. I cook the Maya. How many people have I cured of sickle cell anemia? How many people have I cured of AIDS? I cook everything I give them. But why is it so powerful that it still works? But we can't see these things. Because we think that food is carrots, beets, piece of meat. That's food. Eat that raw. Well, if we go there, all we have to think about is Charlie Mingus. That's all he ate, was raw meat and wine. Well, when he passed, they said the poor brother could only laugh and cry. And he died very young. No, that's another misinformation. Remember, we have to set the record straight. You're talking to the brother, the only brother, that had to prove to the world scientifically that he cured AIDS is Dr. Sebi. And in doing so, he had to destroy all of the premise to establish the one that he represents, the African biomineral balance. But there again, nobody's interested in that, not the leaders. And in America, the black people of America, unlike the Japanese, unlike the Russians, unlike the Arabs, they have a government. They have a government, right? You have a president. That's it. But in America, we have a president, but we need another man. He calls himself a leader. You need a leader, boy. You can't do with the president alone. You need a leader. And the leader said, and that's when you move. If the leader didn't say, you don't move. You understand me? So, for the black population of America to understand what I'm saying, the leaders have to tell them, not me. My word has no place. It has no weight. But when Mr. Jesse Jackson talked, it has place. Well, in the year of 2004, Mr. Michael Jackson took me to the Rayburn building. I was in Capitol Hill with Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson took me there because he wanted the world to know that the cure of AIDS was found. The first thing he did was to make the biggest mistake. He called Elizabeth Taylor. And I swear up until this day, I don't know why he called Elizabeth Taylor. Because she's not the most credible individual that I know of. Because when she responded, and I knew that she was going to respond in the manner in which she did, Michael told her that I had the cure for AIDS. She told Michael that I need to give it away for free. Yet, the same woman have donated millions of dollars to the AIDS Foundation that has not cured anything. But I was supposed to give mine away for free. So when I got to D.C., because Michael was going to give the African a present, but I knew that Michael didn't know what he was doing. He meant that in good faith. But I knew that Michael didn't know that the African people doesn't give a damn about anything that comes from the mouth or the brain of a black American. Never would they believe anything that comes from a black American. Never on this earth. But I went along with the program. I just went along because I like to go along. I like to take it to the very end to show you that what you think is going to happen is not going to happen. I said, Michael, where you taking me? Well, Sebi, I promised the African a gift, and I didn't know what the gift was going to be. But I know the gift now, but I want you to go with me. When I got to D.C., the Rayborn building, he told Mr. Jesse Jackson Jr., who represent the House of Appropriation then, Sheila Jackson Lee from Texas, John Conyers from Michigan, 17 African ambassadors, and Leonard Mohammed from the Nation of Islam. All these very important people were there. I'm not important. I was never important, and I would never be important. But Mr. Jesse Jackson Jr. is important. He's a very important man. Okay? Well, he heard that Dr. Sebi had the cure for AIDS, and he didn't tell the black community. Something is wrong, my brothers. Something is drastically wrong.